Welcome to Drew Pearson Live. I am the original number 88, Drew Pearson, and we have another exciting show for you today, and we're looking forward to it because Paul sits down with the hilarious Melissa McCarthy to talk about her new movie, Spy, and we'll meet a man working to do some great things in our community. And my special guest is none other than Eugene, the hitting machine, Lockhart. You know him as a former Dallas Cowboy, that's right. But first, here's your Dallas Sports Report. The NFL has effectively canceled the National Fantasy Football Convention, which was to be held in Las Vegas next month. They contacted the NFL Players Association saying that any player who attended the event, including Dallas's own Tony Romo, could be subject to fines or suspensions. Well, unfortunately, it appears that the only reason the NFL did this is because they weren't invited to the party. Too bad, NFL. The Texas Rangers appear to have turned the corner on their season. The bats have come around, the pitching has been solid, and Jeff Bannister has led this club out of the doldrums right almost into first place because they're only 2 games back from the division lead and are one of the hottest teams in Major League Baseball right now, winning 8 of their last 10 games. And a monumental event took place last weekend. Did you see it? American Pharoah won the first Triple Crown in 37 years. It was truly a tremendous accomplishment, and we're all lucky to have witnessed such a great event. So congratulations to American Pharoah and the team behind him. Hey, Sports Week is up next, so stick around with Drew Pearson Live because we're going to head over to the sports deck. But before that, we got to kick off the program. And it starts right about now. Hut, hut.
Drew Pearson Live is brought to you by Whataburger. The Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club is a tangy twist on a tasty classic. Enjoy it while you can, only at Whataburger.
All right, welcome back to Drew Pearson Live, and now it's our sports segment, and my man Matt Thornton is with us again. Matt, it's good to see you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
What have you been up to? All these sporting events going on? I bet it's been keeping you busy, huh?
So many sports going on right now. It's sports crazy right now.
Yeah, it's different kind of sports. I know it's not football season yet, and the NBA finals are going on. The Rangers are playing, but you had the Indianapolis 500. You had what was the Preakness?
The Preakness, or the Belmont Stakes.
Preakness, then the Belmont.
Yeah, exactly.
And man, I mean, a lot going on. So what are we going to start off with today?
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about, I think right now the hottest team in Dallas is the Texas Rangers.
Yeah,
the Texas Rangers. They started out. They were in close to last place, okay? And they have turned it around at this point to where they're in the top. Prince Fielder's bat, he's still just going crazy. He's tops in the league right now, frankly, in batting, hits. You've got, Nick Martinez is doing a fantastic job. You've got, it's just amazing what they've done. And don't forget, too, Adrian Beltre and Josh Hamilton are both on the DL. So, I mean, it's really amazing what they've been able to do. And Jeff Bannister, his team has talked a little bit about the fact that he's kind of really stuck to his guns. He didn't ever... he never lost faith in what he was doing and in his plan. Yeah. And his players have really bought into it.
Well, with the injuries they had, they've done a good job of replacing those players, and they didn't go out and trade or buy players. They went in their farm system and brought up the Shields. They brought up Alberto to play second base, and, of course, Joey Gallo brought him in from Frisco, and, he's batting over 280.
Yeah, and he's really paying off, too. Yeah. And, it's funny, I was at a game last week, and they pitched around, they intentionally walked Gallo to get to Shin-Soo Choo, and Shin-Choo made him pay with a walk-off RBI.
Right.
So, it's just amazing what their bats are doing right now.
Yeah, and, they were dwelling in the cellar.
They were.
And now they're right there sniffing at Houston for first place in the division, man. What a turnaround.
Really amazing. Really
Bannister,
amazing.
You got to give Bannister some credit for that, sticking to it, not losing control of the team while they were going through the tough time.
Exactly.
And now they worked through that, and they come out of it on the other side. Yeah. and the pitching and the hitting are clicking both together. Before that, it was either the pitching or the hitting.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's both working together.
Exactly. We talked about how they were up and down, and they've been very consistent lately.
Yeah.
Very consistent.
Want to switch gears a little bit? Get off to baseball? How about football? What's going on with the Cowboys?
So, of course, the Dallas Cowboys, they wrap up their OTAs today. They wrapped up their OTAs on Wednesday.
Right.
And, Sean Lee is back. Sean Lee and that ACL, everybody's worried about it. He looks good. He hasn't done anything in the 7-on-7 drills. He's been doing the individual drills. And, a guy that is out again with a hamstring, Darren McFadden, but he's 100% clear. He's good to go. So he looks good as well. So they've really had some good OTAs. Next week they jump into the mandatory minicamp.
Yeah, well, that's big. You know what? I think with the NFL now, with these OTAs and mini camps, they expect too much from these players in these situations, and that's why not just with Dallas, but throughout the NFL, you have players getting hurt and being lost for the season in these types of practices for their team.
Yeah.
And when they hit the field, they're not necessarily in that type of shape to do some of the things that they're doing out there. Therefore, you have the injuries. And I guess that's what the Cowboys are doing with Sean Lee, trying to be a little cautious with him. Let's just get past this.
Exactly.
We still want you out there on the field, but let's get past this so that we can have you there for training camp.
Yeah, they know what they have in Sean Lee. I mean, they don't really have to question that. So, that's a really good point, Drew.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so I think the Cowboys are doing well. They signed Lachey Sistrunk to add to the running back field, and it's going to be, I guess, a true running back by committee in that situation.
Yeah.
You're a horse racing fan, aren't you?
I do like it. I like it a lot. I've been out to Lone Star Park. I take the kids out there. I enjoy it. I really do.
So what'd you think about the Triple Crown winner?
I mean, unbelievable. American Pharaoh is an American thoroughbred horse. It's the first time since 1978 a horse has won the Triple Crown. Wow. I mean, it's hard to do. Now, 1978, that was kind of a special year.
78.
Yeah, 1978.
Super Bowl year for the Cowboys.
I believe that was a Super Bowl year. I think that's
Unfortunately, we lost to somebody called, I think it was Pittsburgh.
You heard of them? I don't know. Did you lose or did you win?
Well,
did you win?
we in season 78, we won the Super Bowl 12 in January of 78.
There you go. Okay.
I see where you're going now.
I was going to say,
you just wanted me to put that ring up there. You see that, Tony Romo? That's a Super Bowl ring.
There you go.
Anyway,
exactly.
so 78 was a good year.
I was going to say, I thought you had a pretty good 78.
Yeah, actually, we won the Super Bowl that year, had the off season, and went back to the Super Bowl the previous year for 79.
Nice.
And that's when we lost to the
Steelers. Gotcha. Okay, good deal.
Where were you then?
I was just I'm not going to say how old.
Don't say you were in high school.
I'm not in high school. I was pretty young. Okay. But one last thing. You mentioned Tony Romo too. Unfortunately, this last week, the NFL canceled Tony Romo's fantasy football convention, and he had a lot to say about it. He was very disappointed. He thinks that one of the reasons was that the NFL wasn't invited, something like that. And the NFL sent out a tweet, kind of mocking Tony, saying, "Hi, Tony." And they deleted the tweet because I think they realized it was in poor taste. But really disappointed with the NFL right now with how they went about that process.
Well, they want to try to control everything, and you could do that during the season with your players under contract. And I know there's certain limitations that they're under contract in the offseason as well.
Right.
But you can't stop them from doing things and making a living and doing things on their own. And that's all what Tony was trying to do.
Exactly.
Anyway, Matt, that's good stuff, man. Appreciate you coming and hanging with us again this week and bringing all that sports knowledge to Drew Pearson Live. Thank you. When we return, our man Paul Southland had a chance to sit down with the hilarious Melissa McCarthy to talk about her new movie, Spy, and find out what she had to say, because it'll be right here next on Drew Pearson Live.